So my grandparents are in town, staying at a hotel. So I'm gonna go pick them up in the Chinook motorhome. See what they think about it.
Well, that's a nice outfit. Okay, very good. What brand is this? Is Chinook a brand or is that a
Chinook,
model?
yeah. No, it's a Chinook coach on a Ford chassis.
How long you had this one?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Well, you were telling me about to buy a house. I was remembering when our first house, we were looking around. We'd been living in an apartment, my sister's apartment, for a couple of years that she had and left us with. We took it over the lease. But anyway, one Sunday afternoon after we'd been looking all around, why, Peggy was lying down across the bed and she noticed the ad on the floor in the newspaper. It said, you know, house for sale, new house. Just so, open house that afternoon. So we went and we really liked it. It's a brand new house the guy had built. It didn't have a porch cover. It just had a slab porch and a door, and that was it. But we wanted something to cover it, we said. So anyway, we began to talk to him, told him we'd like to buy it. We got our loan lined up, and on the way there to sign up, we got scared and we pulled over the side of the road. She said, can we, we just can't afford this, can we? Can we afford this? Because our rent was $80 a month already, and we were going to have to start paying $95 a month. We didn't know whether we could pay that much more money a month. Anyway, we went on and we signed. And the man gave us $300 off. He said, well, I'll just give you $300 so you won't have to, and you can build that yourself. Of course, we never built it. We got the house for $13,000.
What was it you were building?
We're going to build a porch cover, or cover a porch covering over the porch, you know. Just a little stoop is what it amounted to. I had in mind something to stand on the porch and not be in the rain. But anyway, we never did. But we lived there 9 years, but we bought that for $13,200. He went off $300 off, $500.
30-year mortgage for
30-year mortgage, yeah.
$13,000.
$13,200, and it was $95 a month, and that was principal and interest, taxes, and escrow, all of it.
Now, did you say 1965?
1965. Yeah, we moved in there Thanksgiving weekend. That same weekend we moved into that house, I got my first administrative job. And I assistant principal in a middle school there in the school system. I was in my 4th year of teaching, and I got that promotion, administration. Anyway, we bought that house and we lived there about 10 years. Moved in there in 65 and built another house in 75, and I sold that for $28,000.
Yeah, the house. So you made some on it then, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, it had gone up in value. But you see, for me the new house I bought cost $43,000.
Yeah.
And then we sold that in 3 years for $78,000. And then we lived in that one for 20 years and sold it for $300,000. But that's just the rent going up, everything. I mean, the value, how the value of a house increases. That's the one thing that kind of increases in value.
Then Hugh was looking to see what the price of those houses were now.
Oh, yeah. Gee, what was that? My daddy's house, that was funny.
Yeah.
He looks up on Zillow. But my daddy's house, I know in 1947, we moved in that house and lived there till 62. And I know he bought that for $3,000 or $4,000. And then we rented it out, and I finally took it over and sold it somewhere in the 60s, maybe the 70s. I sold it for $27,000. And it was just I guess it was 900 square feet. had one big attic room and one bedroom downstairs, maybe two if you didn't count it as a dining room.
Yeah.
And one bath. He looked up on Zillow here about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Sold in '70 for about $28,000. What do you think that house? And it's just a frame house, asbestos sheeting, out in East Nashville.
East Nashville?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, maybe 200, you think?
200. Well, double it.
Double it? 400?
Yeah, $400,000 for that house.
And he originally paid $3,000?
And I originally paid $3,000 back in that was probably 1947. He probably paid $4,000 or $5,000 for it at the most.
Yeah.
That's just East Nashville had, it'd been an old neighborhood, and it had gone down in terms of value a lot. But when Nashville began booming, and I mean people moving there, they started redoing those houses out there, and young people moving in and remodeling them, and the value of land out there is just gone out of sight.
Yeah.
To what it was when I was growing up. Yeah, I bought it for 43, sold it for 78, and in 2 years, that man sold it, and I don't know how much he sold it for, but he sold it to Ronnie, my good friend, and and Ronnie recently sold it for, I think, $600,000. That's about it.